In 1887, Queen Victoria was celebrating her Golden Jubilee, 50 years on the throne. At 68, she was the Empress of India, a vast and vibrant land she had never visited. Her world was one of rigid routine, strict duty, and a long, lingering shadows of grief for her husband Albert and her companion John Brown. Her court was a stuffy, formal place, almost entirely European. But into this tightly controlled world, a young man from Agra was about to step and change everything. His name was Mohammed Abdul Karim. He wasn't royalty or an aristocrat. He was a clerk from a jail in Agra. He and another man were chosen to travel to England as a kind of living tribute for the Queen's Jubilee, representing the jewel in the crown of the British Empire. His first job was simply to wait on the Queen's table. But from the very first moment he served her breakfast at Windsor Castle, something shifted. Victoria was immediately charmed by him, describing him in her diary as tall, and with a fine, serious countenance. The real turning point, however, was a meal. Abdul Karim prepared a chicken curry with dal and pilaf, using spices he'd brought all the way from India. For the Queen, whose diet was famously plain, this was a revelation. She declared it excellent. This simple dish was the start of an extraordinary 14-year friendship that would become the most controversial chapter of her long reign. Things changed quickly. Abdul Karim told the Queen that waiting tables was beneath his status as a former clerk. Victoria, already fond of him, was eager to keep him by her side. She promoted him, giving him the distinguished title of Munshi, which means teacher. His new job was to teach the Queen of England the language of her Indian subjects, Urdu. Victoria became a dedicated student, filling her journals with the flowing script. Her work carefully corrected by the Munshi, but their connection went far deeper than language lessons. The Munshi became the Queen's closest friend and confidant. She shared her thoughts with him, sought his counsel, and showered him with affection. This unprecedented closeness between the monarch and an Indian servant caused a massive scandal within the royal household. Driven by a toxic mix of snobbery and racial prejudice, the court saw the Munshi as a dangerous outsider and did everything they could to get rid of him. They spied on him, spread rumors, and constantly complained to the Queen. But Victoria would not be swayed. She fiercely defended her friend, even signing her letters to him as your loving mother. Her own doctor privately called her obsession Munshi mania. She took him on all her travels, gave him titles, a private estate in India, and even a cottage for his family at Windsor. Their powerful, platonic bond lasted until the very end of her life. When Queen Victoria died in 1901, the royal family's revenge was swift and brutal. Within hours of her funeral, her son, the new King Edward VII, dismissed the Munshi and had him deported back to India. Then, in a final, vindictive act, he ordered that every single letter, photograph, and journal entry that documented their friendship be seized and burned. They tried to erase this incredible story from history, to pretend this remarkable friendship between a queen and her Indian teacher had never happened. For nearly a century, they almost succeeded. Thanks for watching.